Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. Sign up for a 1-week free trial, no credit card required, for access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Checking in on PCLN NVDA TSLA NFLX CMG. So PCLN with a big flush in the market today. Everything flushed real quick. The bulls did buy the dip. We do still have a higher low on PCLN. Support is 1990, and we bounced off of 1996. This is a bearish reversal hanging man candlestick at the top of an uptrend, and we have been extremely strong all month without any real consolidation. So we definitely consolidated today, but it occurred in a couple of hours rather than a couple of days. So exponential support is still holding. We've been holding this the entire month as well, the 4 period. So the bulls are just fine right now. EXPE just had earnings, a bit of a beat. That can help the bulls as well. But we're very extended to the upside. That being said, we're at all-time highs, and the bulls easily keep their momentum when we are at all-time highs. So I would absolutely be cautious as a bull on PCLN at this point. We look on the weekly time frame, and we're still strong. If we were to see a red day tomorrow, we would see a bearish reversal inverted hammer, which we would be watching for potential confirmation next week. But on the daily time frame, it's all about these lows of 1996 and 1990. The bears need to break those levels in order to see any kind of significant pullback or consolidation from here. Otherwise, the higher low pattern is maintained. NVDA. Bearish reversal doji yesterday, confirmed today. Taking back in the dump today took back about 3 weeks of upside, slow and steady upside, but the middle Bollinger Band support is still holding. There are red flags here for the short term. We've got a bearish MACD cross, a bearish TCG crosser on the verge. If we lose this middle Bollinger Band support, there's a gap down here at 147.50 I would be watching, and then the must-hold level is 138.58. We're well above that level. That's not a risk at this point, but as of right now, key support, 157.56, the low of today, along with the middle Bollinger Band. If we break those levels, we will see bearish MACD and bearish TCG crosses. The weekly time frame was a bearish reversal, little hanging man last week, trying to follow through with that this week for the bears, but we're still holding exponential supports. We've been holding these exponential supports for months at this point since our breakout and continuation occurred, and we would have to lose those in order to see any kind of significant consolidation likely to happen. So it's all about the daily middle Bollinger Band and the low of today as key supports in the short term to see if the bulls are able to prevent these bearish crosses on these indicators. Tesla pullback as well after a bull break first thing. Obviously the market leading to the downside today. Still holding the middle Bollinger Band, which is going to begin leveling out soon, but at this point it's still descending very rapidly. So support at this point, the low of 326.29. We did not see the bulls buy the dip as significantly as we saw in a lot of other individual names. So that was notable. And pretty much every individual name, the key support is the low of today. If we break it, we know the bears have continued momentum. If the low of today holds, we know the bulls are standing their ground and forming a higher low. So that's the key support for Tesla, the low of today. And we'll see if the bulls can hold that tomorrow. If they can, inside bar is likely on the daily heading into next week. The weekly chart is a big upper wick here, rejecting from exponential resistance. If we see a red day tomorrow, we will be heading into next week with a bit of bearish momentum, with that middle Bollinger Band on the weekly as a very key level in the low to mid 320s. It has held the last 3 tests. If we test it again and lose it, that would certainly stand out. But as of right now, that is still support, and tomorrow will be telling with how this weekly candlestick shapes up and the size of the upper wick that is left on this weekly candlestick. Netflix breaking a higher low, so now we have a lower high and a lower low. The start of a bit of a shift here in Netflix momentum. So support here, and you can see the bulls did not buy the dip as significantly as many of the tech sector names, but support is 179.38. Lose that level, and it's 174.24 as the next key level of support, and lose that level and we start to fill the gap. So there's not a ton of support before we start to fill the gap, and the lack of buying of that dip is definitely standing out here. So a key test tomorrow, 179.38 support. We'll see if that level can hold, and if it can't, the bears will have continued momentum. The upper Bollinger Band on the weekly is holding at 180.21. Losing that level would also be an indication of further consolidation coming. But again, every individual name, what I'm going to be watching tomorrow is the low of today. Can that level hold to keep the bulls in control, or does it break and do the bears have further momentum? CMG on the daily time frame, double bottom. We know CMG is really good at trading inverse to the market, seeing a lack of correlation with the market, and we hit the double bottom at the low, and now we have a strong close. So the key tomorrow is going to be the high of this bounce of 355.55. And why that level is so key is because if it breaks, it's going to induce a lot of short covering. If I were short, I would absolutely cover if that resistance level broke, and that is going to get this oversold bounce a bit of momentum. We did close over exponential resistance on the 4 period here for the first time in almost a month. And if we close over the 8 period exponential tomorrow, we'll see that momentum continue into next week. So we're looking at a potential 5% plus bounce if we get over 355.55 tomorrow. And then our next target is the middle Bollinger Band daily resistance, which early next week will be in the upper 370s. So some potential momentum here for the bulls. Have to break 355.55 tomorrow to see that momentum follow through. Weekly time frame, bullish reversal candlestick, lower Bollinger Band resistance on the weekly time frame, and we'll have to see confirmation of this candlestick next week for this oversold bounce to have some momentum. So all in all, have to watch the lows of today over the next couple of days and see if they can hold, and if not, we know that there's further consolidation coming. I appreciate you watching. Hope you have a good night. We'll see you over the weekend.